Hi, hello, hi, my beautiful people. I hope that you guys are doing well today. Um, if you're new here, my name is Melinda. I am a spiritualist. I talk about anything and that have to do anything with self-love, self-care, knowing yourself, being yourself, and also not being afraid of who you are and understanding and overstanding your power. And yeah, if you can, just please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff just to help the channel grow. Y'all, I'm trying to reach. I know it's reaching, but I know that this channel is going to be great. Y'all just here with me at the beginning stages and in my spiritual journey. And at the end of the day, I'm on and getting better. I'm getting better and better at what I do. I'm getting better and better of knowing who I am. And so remember, I only have one channel. I don't reach out to people. I do not do tarot readings. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you do, I just don't. And yeah, so let's get into it. This is part three of my story time. I left off about the aneurysm and everything, and me having an injury in my neck, and keep on going back to the same things over and over again, even though I know deep down inside that God is calling me for something else. And so I left off on me starting my spiritual journey. So I have been awakening for years now. It's just not happening. And I've been on my spiritual journey for well over a year or so. So like in it, meditating and really healing and finding me. So that's why you all don't hear me talk about a lot of different things, because I don't dibble and dab in nothing that I don't understand and that I don't know and that I'm not called to do. I allow the universe to guide me to the things that I need to do. I go slow with it. I'm not rushing anything. Like I said, it is a process. It is a journey. You don't just rush it, because when you start getting into things that you don't understand, that's when you start experiencing things that scare you, because you're not healing, but you want to do this and you want to do that. You have to heal first. Anywho, so my spiritual journey. So basically, when I started my spiritual journey, I started seeing things different. Even though at the beginning I didn't understand nothing, but I did it because this is what I was called to do. This when I started trusting myself. So the shadow work was very hard, and I cried a lot. I had to come to the realization that everything around me was a lie. Everything was an illusion. Everything was everything that I know was a lie, and it was just used to suppress us and to keep us at a low vibration. So imagine feeling like having an identity crisis. That's what I had. And so the journey is never easy, but it get easy with time because you're healing. You're healed from certain things, and certain things, when you start understanding that everything is happening for you, not to you, and everything's happening through you, that's when you will be able to pull yourself out of your head. That's when you can start understanding and like overstanding everything. Everything makes sense. That's why a lot of spiritual people, we understand and see things different. So that's why it's so easy for us to go and cry, right? And let those emotions go. We don't sit in it, but we also come right back out of it, and we can be happy again. And we know that vibrating high is important. So that's why you see the love and light and everything like that. But it's not all that. And I always say that, and I don't think I stress it enough, because it's not easy. You have to be your mind have to be strong, because that's mainly where your fights come from, within yourself. You can be your main enemy on this journey. So once I started doing all of the things that I was called to do and finding myself, that's when I had became more align with me. Once I start walking in my truth, walking in and doing everything that I'm called to do, and not hiding myself, that's when I started not to have anxiety anymore. That's when I wasn't depressed anymore. That's when all of the different doors start opening up for me. That's when I stopped thinking from my head and start thinking and seeing things from my mind's eye. I just, like, it exploded in me. And so the journey have been very good for me, even though it have its dark sides. I have felt alone a lot, and I did feel like that, but now I know that I'm not alone. I have the Most High. I have my guidance. I have my spiritual team. It hasn't been like now. I don't even feel comfortable around people because I've been in hermit mode so long. But I know eventually, when I'm called to, I'm gonna come out. But right now, I'm just enjoying my own company and still getting to know myself. So the reason why I'm telling my story is because I know that it can help be an inspiration to other people because we go through so many things in our lives and we it's often so easy to keep on hiding yourself or keep on doing the drugs and keep on partying and doing everything that you do to hide yourself, But at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with going outside. There's nothing wrong with having a drink if you want to. There's nothing wrong with living your life because you're still having a human experience. But if it's hindering you or stopping you from your path, you should maybe take a break or you should maybe stop. Because anything that is hindering you, people, places, and things, you need to let it go if it don't serve your highest and greatest good. Okay, and also, so when I started my journey, I started looking at everything was just so different to me. After I start healing, now I can look at the beauty in things. I see beauty in nature. I see beauty in my dark times because I understand that this is just a lesson for me to this is just a lesson for me to learn from so I can continue on with my journey. So it's not until I found my spirituality that I wasn't depressed anymore because I wasn't suppressing and hiding myself anymore. I was being my authentic self, and I was also standing in my truth. And I also was able to see the people around me that was hindering me or that didn't have my best interest in heart. They didn't really want me to grow up, let alone grow. Mind you, I'm 36 years old. I always been so dependent on other people, and I always latched on to other people, even though I really wasn't latched on because I always felt like I didn't belong in places. So I'm saying this to say, and I'm telling my story to let you know what I went through for this very reason here. You have to stand you have to stand in your power. You have to be your authentic self. You have to be who you are in order to even in order to even be happy, you have to be yourself. Because that's why so many of us be depressed and go to drugs and do all these things because we're hiding ourselves. The more you hide yourself, the more depressed you're going to become. The more you're going to feel like you don't belong. You're going to feel alone. You're not going to be able to relate with nobody. So that's why it's important to connect with yourself. And that's why it is important for you to understand who you are. So that's why I say start healing. You want to start your spiritual journey, just know what you're getting yourself into. Once you open what this man said, I saw it on TikTok, someone shared it. Once you put these spiritual glasses on, you cannot take them off. Once you know the truth, it's hard to unknow the truth. And that's why it's very important for you when you start the journey to just start healing. Start healing. Start listening to it's plenty of things out there that you can listen to. It's plenty of ways you can do it. You can start by writing things down. You can like asking yourself questions out loud, talking to yourself, and really expressing to yourself and like, why am I doing this? Why do this trigger me? Why am I still stuck here? You might not believe it, but all the answers is gonna start coming to you. You're gonna start seeing it yourself out of your own mouth. At least I did. And excuse me, my allergies is really bothering me. So if you keep seeing me do like this, my nose ring, everything just irritating. But anyway, so I say that to say being yourself will open up so many different doors for you. Being yourself is going to allow you to stand in your power. It's going to allow you to be able to be you. And there's no feeling like it. It's the best feeling in the world to be yourself. So that's why it's important to be you and nobody else. Because nobody else can be you. And if you hiding you, how is you ever going to know who you are? If you hiding yourself from other people, that means you hiding yourself from yourself too, and from the Most High. So that's why we build our bond with God, because God is in us. So once we start treating ourselves right, and once we start taking care of ourselves, and once we start being our authentic selves, that's when God shows up even better in our lives, and we get a better connection with Him. Once we start meditating, and once we start looking within, you cannot keep looking for sources outside of yourself, because you are equipped and made with everything that you need within yourself. Everything that you need is in you already. All of the wisdom, all of the knowledge, but you have to unlock those doors. You're the only one with that master key. You're the only one that can do that. Until you do that, you will never be fully happy. You will never feel fulfilled. You can be blessed. Not saying that God is not going to be there for you, but you're never going to reach your power. You're never going to ascend to the next level. You're never going to be your true self, all of you, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. But you can never get all of these blessings and all of these things that you are manifesting if you don't even know who you are. If you're still in the poverty mindset, I hope I said that right, y'all. Y'all know my speech be all over the place when I'm doing this. So if you're still in that lack mindset, you're going to be at lack. So in order to manifest in all that, you have to start healing, and you have to start working out of your heart chakra. You have to start working out of your heart space, and you have to allow yourself to love and feel too. I know that we've been through a lot. It's so easy to hide your feelings and not be able to express your feelings. I still go through some of that right now today. With my partner, my king that I'm with, when I become emotional, I shut off. I shut down. I still do that. But I'm not going to say still do it. I did it, but I'm leaving it alone because some things from the past have been coming up. And right now at this time, it might come up. But at the end of the day, it's coming up for you to release it with love and light and let it go and leave it in the past. Don't let your past, see, that's what happened when you're not healed fully. I said I'm healing, and I'm healed in a lot of areas, but some things still gets to me. I don't lash out at everything like I used to, but I'm saying this to say that you cannot let your past define your future. You cannot let your past stop you from growing. You cannot let your past keep hindering you. So until you heal all these things, you're going to stay in the past. And what's important is the past is in the past. It's already done. That's why I'm telling my story. Like, I'm not in that space no more. I'm not that person at all anymore. I'm still me, but I'm not in that space. So it's easy for me to tell my story. It's not that I was afraid. It's just that I was like, it ain't nobody business. But at the end of the day, what I'm called to do is to help who I can along the way of my journey. And I accept that. And I really love doing that. So that's why it's so important to live in the present moment. Because when you are present in the present moment, you're not thinking about the past and the hurt and the trauma that you've been through. You're living right now in the present moment of you being happy or whatever it is. You're living in that. And you're not trying to live in the future because the future is in the future. You cannot change it. You can only work right now in the present moment to move towards your goals and towards the future, right? So that's why it's important to be in the present moment, because you can be happy in the present moment but still thinking about your past. So that's going to hinder you and make you sad, and it's going to make you feel away, and you're going to keep living in the past. So that's why you have to be present, stay in the present moment, present thoughts, present actions. Like, just stay in the present moment. Do not keep on trying to live for yesterday. For yesterday is already gone, and today is here for you to start living for you can start working towards tomorrow or your future. You can't keep taking 2 steps forward but 4 steps back. What's in the past, leave it in the past. People, places, and things. Stop going back and forth. If someone have showed you who they are over and over again, you believe it. Believe it. Leave that in the past. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your kid, if they're adults. If that's your kid doing it, you have to let your kids go, grow. And eventually they're going to find out what's going on. They're going to find themselves, and they're going to be like mom or dad. You know what I'm saying? You cannot let nothing hinder you from you. You are the most important thing in your life right now. Because if you're not healed and you're not right, how is you going to be a good parent to your kids? How are you going to be a good parent? Or how are you going to be a good person? How are you going to be a good wife or a good husband if you have not healed your trauma that you've been through in the past? How are you going to move forward? If you're in a relationship, your past is always going to pop up in your relationship. You're trusting men or women. You're trusting people. You're not allowing yourself to love fully. You're not allowing yourself to really, really really be able to give your all to someone else. Not even your all, but just give the good side of you to people because you're still in the bad side of you in the past, if that makes sense. So that's why it's important for you to heal. I don't care who you are. This journey, this spiritual journey, you cannot move forward without healing. Healing is not negotiable. You have to heal. That's why so many people come into spirituality and they say, well, they run back to Jesus. They run back to the church. You want to know why? Because they come into the spiritual world and try to access the spiritual realms. They're not healed. They don't know what they're doing. They dipping and dabbing in things they have no business dipping and dabbing in. And they get toe up. Stop trying to put spells. Don't come into spirituality trying to put spells on people. Stop trying to manifest right away. You have to heal first. You sitting up here trying to astral project and all this, and you're afraid and you have fears. What do you think you're going to experience? I ain't even been doing none of that stuff. I'm not doing none of that until I'm ready to do that. And I'm not finna force nothing. If I can't do it, I'm not finna force myself to be able to do it. What I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not finna go and try to conjure this spirit up and do this and that to these people. For what? And what you want, what your intent is for people, that what you want for people will be for you. And God knows, don't let that person be super protected because you're going to get it. So that's why people, oh, I woke up, it was a demon right there. Yeah, because you're trying to do things that you have no business doing. You're not even healing. You just want to come right in and pick up a pair of tarot cards or a pendulum, and you want to start mixing herbs up and saying this and putting things into, like, come on now. You have to heal first. And that's the only how that you're going to be able to move forward. That's how you're going to get over your depression also, because that psychiatrist can't tell. Now, I'm not going to say the psychiatrists don't work. It didn't work for me. They were just doping me up and giving me medicine that was making me sleepy. It wasn't helping my anxiety. And now once you start healing, once you start healing, you understand what anxiety was coming from, because you gifted, or and things like that. I know where my anxiety was coming from. It was coming from me hindering myself and suppressing myself just because that wasn't normal for everybody else. So you have to call your power back from everybody that hurt you. You have to heal. You have to move forward with your life. Because if you don't move forward, you're going to stay stuck in the past. And no matter how great the present moment is for you, it's always going to be something that's stopping you from being fully happy, because you are not taking the steps that you need to take to heal. And then once you start healing and you see all of these things and you experience all these good things, then start manifesting. Then start calling in your life. You are the creator of your own reality. And I'm going to leave it right here, y'all. I love y'all so much. Please follow me on TikTok so I can start going live and start doing all these good things with you all, because I have some things that I want to do on TikTok, and I want to start going live here, but I know I got a ways to go, but I know we can do it. I know we can do it. Remember that you are enough. Don't let no one stop you from being you. Always be you, because can't nobody be you like you. Okay? I love you. You are enough. You're beautiful. Have a magical day. Have a wonderful day. Let that inner child come out and explore. I love you with my whole heart. Have a nice one. I know y'all like, she's so corny, but I love y'all. I really, really do. Bye.